So finally, a striker is being linked with Forest, and this is from a club that we've done loads of business with. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, I'm going to tell you about this striker link, which could turn into a double deal. But is he good enough for the Premier League? And is his profile right? We'll get into it all. Make sure you've hit the like, subscribe. You know the drill. Check out OK Jerseys as well. Get your shirts for £15 and use code FFTV15 for a further 15% off right now. Okay, let's get into this story because I don't know how I feel about it. Because there's potential, but is he the right profile? I don't know, right? So Forest are going or have inquired about Santiago Castro. This is the 21-year-old striker at Bologna. Now, this is where I'm going to lose Ant. He scored 7 goals last season in about 35 appearances. I think he got 11 overall if you include cup competitions, etc. But I kind of like him, but I don't know if he's right for us. Why do I say that? This guy is a workhorse up front, a good presser. He gets himself about. He works so hard off the ball. But prolific in front of goal, I don't think even I can stretch to say that to you guys right now. But he is one of those talents that everyone is kind of keeping an eye on because they can see the potential in him. And I'm talking about clubs like AC Milan, Villa are interested, Chelsea are interested as well. And Bologna kind of hold the cards on this one because Forest have sniffed around for Castro for about a year or so. But Bologna tied him down to another contract extension last season. I can't remember, I think it goes to 2030 or 2031. But if they were to do a deal on him, they're asking for about 40 million euros, which is about 34 million pounds. And we have done plenty of business with Bologna in the past 3 years. If you think about it, we've had Dominguez coming from there. We've sent Freuler there. Dan and Doy came from there. Who else was there? There was another one. I can't remember. But there's been a lot of business, so the relationship is good between Forest and Bologna. Now, on top of that, Forest want more players from Bologna. And the other one they're going for, and I quite like him as well, is this dude, the defender, Lucami. He's in the World Cup right now. I think he's been playing really well for Colombia. He's 28 years old. A bit of a unit, really good for me aerially, but also quite techie for a centre-back as well. Now, Forest are looking at a double deal for this, which could be around 50 to 55 million pounds if we want to go through with this or if Bologna want to play ball on it. So the defender is a good profile. I think he would be quite good. I think he would fit into the Premier League. Again, it raises the question of, is he going to come to Forest, assuming we keep both Milenkovic and Murillo? Is he going to come in as a third choice? Or, as I'm starting to suspect, is Pereira looking to switch to a back three potentially to add a bit more solidity and then use his kind of natural tactics where he wants his wing-backs up wide, his full wing-backs up wide and stretching the pitch, etc. So there are signs for me that Pereira wants to move towards a back three formation or at least bring it into the mixer when it comes to Forest tactics next season. So I'm not against the 28-year-old Lucami. I think he's a good player. I mean, keep an eye on him in the World Cup. I think he's been playing very well. But I just want to go back to the striker. Now, with Castro, there are signs to me that there's a lot of Igor Jesus in him, okay? Now, Igor Jesus did ball out last season, scoring 20-plus goals, but you could argue, okay, a lot of those were Europa League, Cup games, etc., and didn't really bang out as many goals as maybe I would have liked or certain other people would have liked to see him do in the Premier League. Can Castro do the same thing? Because he is an out-and-out 9, but I don't know how to explain it. He's not just like a fox in the box kind of player. He likes to work, he likes to link up, he likes to play out wide at times. But there's so much potential in him. He's only 21 as well. I don't know. I'm so mixed on this. And I'd love to hear what you guys think on him. But yeah, the deal would be about £35 million. plus another, say, 15, 20 million for Lucami as well, the centre-back. And I don't know if I want to do deals with Bologna after Dan and Doy. Is it bad of me to associate Bologna now with Dan and Doy and a flop that he has been? That's my issue with this now. Like, am I tarring people the same brush? Yeah, probably. So I'm going to try and put that biasy to one side. And also, scoring 7 goals in Serie A isn't a huge return, if I'm being honest with you. But what's the talent that's out there up front? I think we can all agree we need a striker. Like, we're not sure what's going on with Calamuendo. He might be returning back to the Bundesliga. Chris Wood, can he stay fit? He's now 34 years old. Igor Jesus, for me, feels more like a number 10. Taiwo, you guys are never going to convince me that he's an out-and-out 9. Yeah, he's a good little cameo player who can get a couple of shin goals here and there. I hear it. But as an out-and-out 9, I don't see it. And if Forest are going to do what Ola Aina wants us to do, because he's been quoted saying that Forest will finish top 4 next season and qualify for the Champions League. Big up to you, Ola, man. I love that attitude. Forest are going to need a gunman up front. Yes, we know Chris Wood can score, but is Chris Wood going to stay fit? And there's even like little rumours going on about Nuno wants to get Chris Wood into the Championship with him at West Ham next season. I can't see that one happening, especially not on the wages Chris Wood is on. But they're still missing that gunman up front, and I'm not convinced Castro is the one. But could he develop into it? Yes. But are Forest in a position where we can take a project player up front? You could argue maybe if Chris Wood if we can get 6 months of fitness out of Chris Wood next season, we know he's going to score goals. And if Castro is bled into that, then it could work. But Castro is not going to come in as second fiddle. And then where does Jesus fit into this equation? Where does Taiwo and Calamuendo? At the moment, I almost feel like, and I know it's harsh to say, but we're going to have to get rid of 2 strikers to make room to bring in some upgrades. But is Castro an upgrade on what we already have? Potentially for me, yes. But I'm just not sure on the profile. What I will say though, if Forest get him, he's one of those players that I think our fan base will absolutely love, because we love a person who will put it all on the line, who will work hard, who will press hard, who will, put himself about and everything else. Those are the kind of players that we take to quite quickly. And that's his profile. He's also not that tall. I think he's like 5'10". And in the air, I don't think he's that prolific. Yeah, he's got a decent leap on him. But in terms of scoring from aerial balls in, from crosses, etc., that's not really his game. In fact, his game in the box is hard to describe because he hasn't had that many goals. Am I selling him to you or not? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about him in the comments. My verdict is, yes, I would take him for the potential, but it doesn't stop there. We have to get someone who's a renowned goal scorer in front of him. Go and get like an Ivan Toney or something. I don't know. Get your thoughts in down below. Let me know your thoughts on both Castro and the centre-back. Would you take him or not? Make sure you've liked and subscribed, and we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.